Hello, friends. Welcome to Metalville. Yes, this is my crowning achievement thus far in the game of Banished. As you can see over here, I have 411 citizens. This is actually as high as I've gotten so far. So, I just wanted to do like a little tour of my city here. My little, I guess it would be referred to as a settlement in the game, as I've achieved 300 plus population. A village constitutes 600, and I believe a town constitutes 900. I think that's the way they have it set out. But yeah, this is like I worked pretty hard on this. I've definitely driven at least 10 towns into the ground before getting to this point where I could actually stabilize an economy and start to actually macro up and produce, you know, vast amounts of people and you know, not starve them. Taking a sip of my tea here. I recently got into tea because I drank way too much pop, way too much Pepsi, way too much Coke, and as a result, I don't know, I feel like I intake too much sugar and I really need to cut down on how much sugar I take in. But so I think it's kind of funny how of all the teas I've tried so far, Earl Grey is my favorite. Like by far and away my favorite kind of tea. And apparently there's a lot of caffeine in it, which is good. Yes. Yes. All the effects of caffeine with none of the deleterious effects of sugar. Okay, so again, let's take a little tour of my town here because it's very nice. It's so pretty. Like, look at all this stuff. All this stuff. All right, so I started here with this. This was my very first barn, and I made the habit of immediately building a second stockpile. Although it doesn't really do very much for me now. It was really useful in clearing like all this area of crap, right? And I started with, you know, a fishing dock and a few farms, and I was like, all right, well, you know, I think the standard was to expand up here and get, you know, the wood lounge. Lounge. I keep calling it a lounge. I'm just gonna go with it. It's a wood lounge. Forester's lounge, that's what it is. But I ended up making this like little forest colony up here as well. If you see, I've got like a whole bunch of barns that are in various states of being full of crap. I'm like, look at how much firewood I have here. Never gonna run out of firewood. 1,200 logs, 3,000 firewood, 30,000 food. Yeah, almost 700 tools. I'm in a pretty good spot, and I think part of it was just like expanding into this area and creating like a nice infrastructure of like wood, because this area was pretty much blanketed in you know, the stone and iron that you see. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, okay, so like this little area here, it was all like this, stone and iron everywhere, but I cleared out just the stone and the iron, and then I built, I think it's 5 forester lounge, or yeah, 5 forester lounges. Let's see if I can find them all. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, there's 4, and the 5th one should be down here somewhere. There it is, yeah, there. And each of these little clusters has its own set of barns, its own stockpile, a gatherer's hut, a herbalist, and a hunting cabin. So yeah, I get like a ton of resources from this area. And one of the first like core concepts I learned about this game that's like super important is that your people, like if you build a house close to a production structure of some kind, the people in the house will take on that job, or they'll get switched around. Like let's say the herbalist and the forester originally lived in town here, right? They lived over here until I started building houses closer to where they worked, in which case they would move in. So if you see here, like everybody here is a hunter, forester, like there's woodcutter, gatherer, woodcutters, gatherer, forester, hunter, woodcutter, builder, gatherer, student, gatherer, hunter, builder, builder, hunter, hunter, woodcutter, forester. Yeah, you know, you get the point. You get the point, right? Yeah, so it's really important to expand your like your little residential zones to accommodate so they don't have to walk to work as far. Like this game has so many layers of menus that comes in handy. So let's take a look at let's see here. Let me see if I can find it. All right, this one, paths. Show paths citizens take to the home and workplace. All right, let's find somebody. Let's find somebody. Look at you. You look like a gatherer, right? Yeah. So see, this person lives right here and works right here. So that's not a whole lot of distance they need to travel in order to get home, to warm up, to eat food. I don't think people actually sleep in this game, and thank God they don't, because my God, everyone would starve if people slept in this game. What about you? Where do you live? Where's your path? Yeah, see? He works there and lives here, apparently. What? Alright. I'm still not entirely 100% sure how all these little menus work. But yeah, you see. Like everybody in this area also, who lives in this area also works in this area. I think this is probably the furthest I've ever seen anybody live. Oh wow, that's actually quite a trek for this guy here who works in the hunting lounge. So maybe I need more houses up in this area. You know what? I'm gonna do that right now. Let's just put a bunch of houses here. Boop 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 doo 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 doo. And then of course increase the priority so that these trees actually get cut down. I have always a decent amount of people dedicated to clearing away like the natural resources that have been distributed on the map. I think that's like super important to take advantage of the stone that's laid out for you and convenient for you before you start building stuff like quarries. Wow, getting up to 35,000 food. Yeah, we'll go take a look at my major production of that. Actually, right now. So let's zoom in. So you know, there's a lot of barns here. Most of these are empty now, but at one point these were all full. And I think the way the distribution goes now is a lot more food's being produced on the other side of the map. So, oh, I also have these 4 boarding houses here. So when nomads show up, they always show up in like droves of, 40 or 50 nowadays. So I tend to I built 4 of these so that I could accommodate all the nomads like immediately before I actually built them like real houses or they moved in, etc., etc. Yeah, there's like lots of extra barns. I think one of the biggest things you can do in terms of like stabilizing your economy is to build a barn beside every, oops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. No, go back to work. Fisherman, I'm sorry. No, don't do it. Anyway, you build a barn or a stockpile directly beside anything that produces anything, and your life will be a lot better. It's definitely done wonders in terms of macro management for me. So let's continue across the river here, because this is really the second area I started populating. I built a bunch of houses on the other side of this little creek here, and a marketplace, which as you see has, a little bit of everything for all the peoples in this area. I tried to make it touch as many houses as possible. And these here, these pastures, I actually didn't end up using these for, oh, I don't know, maybe the first 45 years of the game. And that's just mostly because every time the trader came by, they didn't have the cattle, they didn't have the chickens, they didn't have the livestock I wanted. And I did buy cows at one point. You see this one set up for cattle, but they all died. I'm not entirely sure how, but it was unfortunate. So continuing up here, you'll see my massive farming area. Wow. This is actually hard to see. So I'm going to fast forward it until we get to the next season. We drop down to 22 frames per second. Let's just zoom up. Yeah, look at that lady walking with her scythe. Late autumn. Yeah, maybe we'll go take a look at my other stuff here. Because I've got hospitals, and I know I have at least 2 chapels. Here's one. It's completely full, 200 members, and I believe this one is too. So it's almost about time that I put down another one. So let's go to town services here. Build another chapel. And why not just build it? Yeah, let's just build it by the chicken farm here. Just increase the priority. Ooh, somebody has died of old age. No, really? Have people died of old age? Yeah. I've had everything from like getting crushed by rocks to getting trampled by a wild boar I saw once. Look at this schoolhouse. It's by the church and by the cemetery. These children are gonna be terrified. That was my goal, to terrify the children into working better. All right, late winter. Okay, so we're coming up on the end. The snow's gonna melt soon. And that way I can really start to show you the major food production I've come up with. It is brilliant. Have we gone up? Oh, we've actually gone down in citizens. I had 411 when we started. Now I'm at 407. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk, Kyle. There we go. Owl, the snow has melted. Alright, let's slow it back on down to 1x speed. 1 times. Alright, now look at this massive, massive farmland I've created. Wow, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus 17, 18, 19. Full-sized crops plus 4 orchards. Yes. Yes, this is the bulk of my food production right here. This number will drop as low as, I'd say, 15,000 and shoot up as high as 50,000 every season. Like it's like fill up, use it all. Fill up, use it all. And I've been trying to gain like a massive surplus. You see this farm here this barn is 96% full. Let's see if we can find another one that's full. I know there's a couple of them around here that are like packed. I have so many of them now. So many, man. Yep. And again, what I was saying, like you see everybody in this house here: farmers, builders, farmers, builders, farmers, builders, farmers, builders, farmers, builders, builders, farmers, builders, farmers. Yeah, I made a drum beat out of that. I did it, guys. All right, let's speed it on up. Let's take a look at this crop here. No. Let's find one that's making potatoes. There we go, this one. Yep, potatoes. I don't like squash. My aunt tries to feed me squash every time I go there. She seems to think it's like the greatest vegetable in the world, and she takes great pleasure in watching me go, because I think it's so yucky, and she puts a lot of sugar in it. So it's like sweet. I don't think vegetables should be sweet, ever. I don't think tea should be sweet, either. I really don't like sweet tea. I got this, the first gourmet tea that I bought was like a chai blend. And I did not like it. Oh, nomads have arrived. Alright, look at, so see these nomads here? They gather around your town hall. Let's just allow them access. And then let's take a look at my, yeah, see, now I'm up to 464, so that's almost 500 people. And they've all inhabited these ones, right? That's what these are for. That's what the boarding houses are for. Alright. Slow it on down again. I love the music in this game. It's awesome. Slow it down and then immediately speed it up. Yeah, I know I contradicted myself. So what? You want to fight about it? It's been a long day at work, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm kind of an asshole right now. Yep. Yep. So we have a little extra, like 37 people not doing very much. Which means I'll probably end up needing more farms. So into early summer and late summer, they'll continue to like plow the field, I guess, plant the crops, and manage them. I don't know if they're attended more, what creates the yield. But one of the best parts about this game is this little button here. You can see show or hide production statistics in this location. So you click this farm here, and you click the statistics, and you can see in the previous season we made 783 potatoes, which is actually pretty low. I'd like to see that number being like 1,200, 1,300. I think that's reasonable. And the reason it got 56 squash is because the adjacent field is squash, and I guess one of the people like picked it up and then set it down on the this one here. So what ended up happening is that this one counted that squash. So maybe if we look at this one, maybe it says something about potatoes. No, what it does say is something about wheat. So yeah, this one did good. This one did about 1,200 worth of squash. Let's wait for these people. Let's wait for them to grow potatoes. Look at those potatoes. Don't they look delicious? I fucking love potatoes so much. Potatoes, like my favorite food. This tea. So good. So good. Alright, let's go back to the yield. You see this is starting to push itself up now, and I think you see these things grow as it pushes up. You can also do this little pin thing, so that you can take this and set it here. So if I wanted to micromanage one farm specifically, just to watch, I can unpin it, and then just like take this little window with me. So let's go look, because there's another facet to my my food production, and that's fishing docks. You saw my first one. That was this one here. Let me swivel on back to the starting thing. Wow, I'm dropping a lot of frames. I'm gonna go back to no. I didn't mean to cancel work. Did I do it? All right, 1 times. So at least we're getting 32 frames. 40 frames. All right, we got it. Okay, so I started with this one, and this was the second, like, this was pretty natural addition to it. You see these, they get about 1,200 fish per season. Yeah, it's really good. The more surface area you have on the water, I think the bigger the yield is. And then we've got one here across the lake with a bridge, and then a last one. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's take a look at this one. So that's not so good. But you see each one of these has its own storage barn, so that it can, make quick deposits and then take it there. All right, here's another one. Also 615. Okay, so clearly we're seeing that the further away they are from like houses and stuff, the less effective they are I guess these guys are all fishermen, so, you know, that's not too bad. Alright, continuing on downstream, because here's more. Here's another one, and 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 then a bridge, and then another one, and finally this one here. Or at least little 4 houses. See, they're all fishermen or laborers or some shit. Oh, one's a teacher. Where did I see that teacher? Am I freaking out? Maybe I only saw students. Yeah, I'm freaking out. Apparently there's no teachers here. Oh, this place doesn't have a thing to work. How many hospitals do I have? Physician 3. Okay, so I only need 3. Yep, so let's just count that. Let's get a number on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 docks. 19 farms. Oh yeah, and then again, like I don't do anything small. So here's the one of the quarries I have working. I know I've got another one down here. So these 2 quarries are working, and I built 4 more, but didn't start them because, you know, it's just, I think it's a waste to have them like distributed evenly through these. I kind of wanted to like power mine the 2, and then I'll switch to 4 later, get more stone. And I also have this little mine complex here. This one's actually empty. There you go. Hubertha. Wow, that's a weird name. Hubertha the miner was killed by a cave-in. That's truly unfortunate. I am so sorry, Hubertha. I don't even know if there's like a spot in the cemetery for you. It looks pretty full. I have the ability to mass produce tools. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 9 blacksmith scattered throughout the area. Although there's a concentration of 5 of them here. I had one season where I completely ran out of tools, and every single one of my workers didn't have a tool. But I was lucky, and I got the merchant to bring me a custom order of tools. And they came very aptly the next season with 2,000 of them, in which I bought, I think, 800, and I haven't had a problem with it since. I tend to stay between 500 and 700 since that time. But you see, I've got a couple active mines. This one's not active, but look, I've got these nice little tunnels that go through. There's one here, one here, and one here. This is such a nice town. It's called Metalville. I don't know if I mentioned that immediately. I probably should have. Yeah. And let's take a look back at the crops, because we've been harvesting, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what did you do this season? Current season. 771 potatoes. All right, let's go, guys. Let's pick up the pace. Pick up the pace. We need more potatoes. I need my French fries. Yeah. Potato. Potato. Come on, 1,000 potatoes. That's our goal. 1,000 potatoes. Can we do it? Looks like we're gonna do it. There we go. There's 1,000 potatoes. Fuck yeah. 1,000 potatoes. Still rising. Still rising. Alright, so stuff's starting to frost over. So if you don't know too much about the mechanics of this game, once the frost hits, your crops start to die, and I think it's like a random chance. Yeah, see, some of them are staying alive, but some of them are disappearing. And that's like, yeah, that's bad. This is essentially just wasted food. So this crop didn't even reach its full potential of, like, I think the highest I've ever seen was like 1,400. I could be wrong about that. Let's see here. Yeah, but 1,200 seems to be about the average for your educated workers. And if we go take a look here at my town hall, you can see. Oh wow, that's actually gone down quite a bit. The last time, maybe it's because I accepted the nomads. This is bunch of uneducated dolts. There we go. So now I have enough churches to, or chapels rather, to accommodate my whole population. Everybody can be religious and worship the god. Because, you know, back then it was, pretty standard for you to believe in some deity or another. Atheism wasn't rife. Burn the heathens at the stake. But you see, even this one, this has survived for some reason. Maybe squash is just more resistant to the cold weather. But yeah, I'm continuing to fill in this area. There's more houses that still need to be built over here. And that should take a big stress, you know, off the people who, you know, they work here, but they live, you know, way the fuck over here, which isn't good. I don't know. So it's good to spread out your houses. I made one of the mistake initially of building every single house in like one cluster, because I thought that's how you were supposed to do it. Like you were just supposed to have like a town, and then everything else was supposed to be on the outside. Which I guess, you know, if it was like directly adjacent, like around it, if you had like a big flat area, would probably work. But I ended up having people that would go way too far to work, and then, you know, they'd freeze to death or they'd starve because they didn't get home in time for supper. Yeah, and of course I have my little chicken farms, which I'm pretty sure these things do like shit all. I think pastures is probably one of the least efficient methods of food, but I think it increases your happiness and your health by a significant amount, which makes it, you know, it's kind of worth it in that respect, that you're giving your people a variety of foods to eat. Because, you know, if all you eat is squash, chances are you're not going to be that healthy as good. Apparently, you know, I'm saying this, doing these quotation marks with my fingers, because I don't believe it. Yeah, that's right, I don't believe it. I don't believe squash is good for you. It's evil. Squash is the evil vegetable. The evilest of all vegetables. Fucking squash. That's right. You heard me. I'm starting to think I shouldn't record after an 8-hour shift. But the sleep deprivation or like energy deprivation has got to be entertaining to someone. What about you? What's your name? Oh wow. Oh, you're 73. Gaylor. And you're a miserable old man. Let's just stick with Gaylor until he passes. Because look at this guy. He's just, oh man, he's so fucking miserable. He's like a half star. He's just so pissed off. Let's see where he goes. Let's just go like follow. He's like checking out the barn. What's he doing? He's idling. Oh, he's visiting the herbalist. He's taking some fish to the herbalist? I don't know about that, buddy. All right. He's picking up resources, You're going way too slow. All right, let's speed it up and then hit follow. There we go. Wow, he's slow too. I wonder if like the older they get, the slower they are. Nah, it looks like he's gaining on this girl now. Gaylor is picking up resources. Let's take a sip of my tea. Hopefully he doesn't die before he gets there. He is cold and finding someplace to warm up. Oh, my tea is not that hot anymore. Ah, there we go. So you walked across town for like seemingly no reason. Wow, you got, man, this guy is gonna look booking it for an old guy. First I was making fun of him for being slow, but like it seems like he's got, this man's on steroids. Oh, Gaylor. Picking up firewood, huh? Gathering fuel. Oh, he's down to a half health, a half star happiness. Did your like wife die or something? Where do you live? There he is. Nah, he's just got kids who like don't move out. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean, I have enough like new families producing children. Like I have to. Somewhere. Wow. Yeah, here we go. Oh wow. Never mind. That's kind of a weird. It's like a 33-year-old woman with a 14-year-old kid. What that cougar. There's some weird things in this game, but I guess it probably wasn't weird for the time. Yeah, I definitely need more houses. I think that should be like my biggest thing here is just I don't know, let's go with some wood houses. Let's just find some spots to build houses. Let's build one here. Let's build some here. There. Metalville, building houses, Metalville. Battle! Yeah! Fuck you, houses. Horns out for houses, man. Yeah, I could definitely fit more houses over here. Alright, and I've got like a metric fuck ton of builders, like extra labor. Like I'm in no danger of like running out of food, because you saw, like, I mean, this fluctuates a lot. One of the things I learned about you know, crops is that I think I said this already. You have a big like push-pull mechanic in terms of food. Like you get a lot of food at once, and then it recedes and recedes and recedes, and you know you gotta sort of manage. But like, let's say I start to run into problems with food. What'll happen is I'll get, you know, I'll go down to 13,000, and that'll be like a huge low. But then I'll go back up to 27,000, like here, and then I'll go back down to like 10,000, and then back up to 23,000. So you got to kind of watch that and kind of manage that, and add more farms on accordingly. Like I'm probably gonna have to expand my farmland. Even here would be a nice area. Well, actually, it's not really a nice area. You want to try and get as much flat land as possible. Yeah, I think I could even add a couple more back here if I wanted to. So let's just grab this and strip the resources, because I have a bunch of laborers that are probably just sitting around doing, I don't know, what's a good word? I was gonna say fuck all, but that's not creative. They're doing diddly blab. They are sitting around playing Farmville on Facebook. That's what they're doing. This game is way better than Farmville. It's so much more satisfying to create something like this. And to sustain it too. Like, I mean, I could probably just sit in this game for a couple hours and, you know, not really add on a whole lot, but so long as I have like this sort of come full circle, you know, I've got this managing the status quo and keeping things stable. not driving the economy into the ground. Ooh, look, pumpkins. I forgot that I had pumpkins. Let's see how many different kinds of seeds I have. Wheat, squash, potato, pumpkin, and cabbage. Yeah, so I bought quite a few. They cost 2,500. So, like, when you're first starting the game, it's not really a good idea to invest in another kind of seed. Like, you start out with one, always. And it's probably a decent idea just to, like, to keep that one kind of seed until you've gained yourself, like, a decent advantage. You see, I have 5,000 wheat stockpile in this trading post and 800 logs. So I could buy 2 different kinds of seeds if they showed up. And moreover, if they actually accepted that as a form of currency, because some of them won't. Some of them are like, wheat? We don't need that shit. And they don't trade you, bastards. Yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, the first time somebody showed up with tools, I was like, thank God you have tools. Take all my wheat. And they were like, actually, we don't really need wheat, so you're SOL, buddy. Buddy. Wow, looks like I need more pumpkins. Let's get rid of some wheat. So I mean it'll change over for the next season. It won't like immediately destroy that. Okay, so we got a pumpkin patch there. It's like wheat. Let's find some squash. Where's squash? There we go. Here's a squash. That can be pumpkins. You know what? I don't really like pumpkins either. Has anybody ever actually like eaten a pumpkin, like just straight up, like cooked pumpkin or something? I mean, I know there's pumpkin pie and people love pumpkin pie. Also, I used to work at a candy factory, and we had pumpkin flavored fudge. It was the most disgusting shit on the face of the planet. And this like concentrated artificial pumpkin flavor was the stinkiest, grossest flavor ever. You'd pour that stuff on the fudge, like it you know, it was like 1 fluid ounce of this stuff, and it would stink up the whole factory for like 3 hours. You know, immediately after you'd want to do like pralines and cream, or like sambuca, or like something else with a really strong smell, just to cover it up, because it was that gross. It was that gross. Pepper seeds. Look, I don't have pepper seeds, but he won't trade me. Look, see? This is what I'm talking about. He doesn't want my wheat, because he's a bastard. And I can't get 2,500 with 800 logs, because they're only value 2 each. And moreover, I think that's a waste. Like, I keep these here just in case I need to trade for tools, but like, I don't know. I don't really want to, you know, waste that much. Actually, you know what I can do? Do I have chicken? Actually, like chickens, like livestock? Can I put that as something I can trade? Because I know those trade for a lot. They're like 400 each. But this is like chicken meat, and not like actual chicken livestock. That's unfortunate. I don't think you can actually trade your own livestock. Yeah, no. That sucks. Because I got a lot of chickens. I got 66, 66, 666, 666, 66. A lot of 6s, man. A lot of 6s. Alright, these houses aren't building. Oh, did Gaylord die? Did he die yet? Where is his house? This is his house. No, he's still alive. He's 76. He's still fishing. Let's check him out. Yeah, he's still a miserable old fuck. He's doing work, though. I wish it could tell me how much he's fished in his entire life. I think it would be really nice to get like an obituary sort of thing for like each of your people, like maybe managed it in a town hall, like in Gaylor's lifetime he accomplished this, and that could be like a thing, because you get a lot of cool statistics already. I mean, graph, population, log, stone, coal. Yeah. Well, that's just like standard shit. Yeah, it's fairly standard. It's actually nice to look in here too, because I can see like a summary of everything I have. I currently have 10,000 potatoes, which is fine with me, because that's a lot of like potato chips and French fries and you know, just potatoes. I fucking love potatoes. I love them so much. God, if I couldn't eat potatoes, I would just die. It would be like, kill me. You know, it's not worth living anymore. Although I guess there's meat too. You know what? Okay, all right. If I couldn't eat potatoes, I would probably only eat steak or like other delicious meat. I'm sorry to anyone who's a vegetarian, but like I can't. You know, life feeds on life. That's my philosophy. You see it. It's the standard paradigm of the universe, or well, at least the planet Earth. Yep. Although, you know, occasionally other things are delicious too, like bananas and pecans. Although I don't know who eats chestnuts. This is like one of those things. Is like, I mean, there were people in my hometown who had chestnut trees, and we used to go and throw soccer balls at the chestnut trees to try and knock the chestnuts out, so that we could tie them to little strings, and you put them in a pit, and you whacked the chestnuts together. Like, you know, you and your friends got together, and you each had your collection of chestnuts, and whoever had the strongest chestnut would, like, you know, you'd win 5 matches in a row, and you'd bust people's chestnuts open, like by flicking them chestnuts on a string or chestnuts on like a little rope. Yeah, these maybe it's just a Canadian thing. I don't know. Somebody else from Canada is gonna be like, I'm Canadian and I never did that. The fuck are you from? I'm from a small town. I guess that's what we did for entertainment. Occasionally I had to go outside. Oh no! An orchard has developed an infestation. So I learned something about this. When this happens, if you have like let's say like this one's a chestnut, right? And if this one was also a chestnut, you'd be at risk of the infestation spreading. But since this is a different kind of crop or a different kind of orchard, I actually don't really have to worry about that. Although I will like cut and then like switch it to cherry, right? See, I also have a decent amount of orchard stuffs. Yes. Orchard stuffs. 100% full. That's what I like to see. Fill more barns. Build more barns! Up to 40k food. So we're still going up, which is great. Absolutely excellent. Excellent. Alright, let's check my population again, because I'd imagine it's gone down. I thought I had a good ratio of houses for families, but yeah, we've gone down again. I think we were at 464 or something like that. But I think that's about all I wanted to show you. That's about all she wrote for this town. I mean, this mining section really isn't too much of consequence. Like, this is where I get my iron and my coal, and this is where I get my stone now. Because I basically mined out all the natural resources except for maybe this little bit over here. But like I've almost populated this entire map. It's like corner to corner. There you see buildings like non-stop. You know what? Actually, I'm probably gonna end up making this more farmland because it's a decent amount of flat right here. Yeah, I guess this area is fairly untouched too. I'll probably end up building more fishing docks down here, and then like maybe a little encampment, like houses, like a cluster of houses right here, so that it can do everything. Ooh, actually, this is a nice area too. Yeah, so maybe the next time you come back and to visit Metalville, this whole area will be excavated. I'm going to do another series as well of just a town starting out. I'm going to start a brand new town, and we're going to build it, and you're going to see every step of the way how something like this is created. But that's probably going to be like a massive series, like a string of series. Whereas as Metalville, you'll probably only see maybe 1 or 2 more tops videos about this, and I'll just end up talking about the game and stuff I like about the game, because this is an amazing game. It's called Banished. Yeah, Banished. Because you were banished to this land, and now you've populated it, and in turn you banish people out of your village, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you can do that. Whatever. Alright, guys. I think this is enough for this video. I will see you again sometime soon. The next video! Probably tomorrow. Alright. GG!